All right, so here we're going to use this figure on the right, and we're going to find the probability the pointer will stop on an odd number or a number less than 5. So let's come over here and think about this and what we have. And so if we'll let me write here, it won't, so let's go back. All right, now it will. So odd. So what are the odd numbers? Well, it's going to be a 1, a 3, a 5, or a 7. So 1, well, come back. Well, not that far. It's going to be a 1, a 3, a 5, or a 7. And the other one number is less than 5. So we want something less than 5. So what's that going to be? Well, it's a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4. Okay. So now we want the probability of odd or less than 5. Okay. Well, what's the probability of odd? Well, odd's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the total of 8. Probability of less than 5, well, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the total of 8. Now, are there any that are the same? Well, yeah, there's going to be the 1 and the 3. And so we're going to subtract off 2 out of 8. So we have 8 minus 2, so it's going to be 6 out of 8. So that's going to be what? 3 out of 4. Okay, so the probability that it's odd or less than 5 is going to be 3/4. Okay, and again, I'm going to leave it as the fraction there. All right, let's go to another one. So, if one person is randomly selected from the population represented in this table, find the probability the person is married or female, and the person is divorced or widowed. All right, so for A, married or female. All right, so married, excuse me, is going to be in this column here. And female is going to be in this row here. And we have to read and say, okay, well, the total number is 264. So that's going to be our denominator no matter how we look at this. And so what we need to do is we want to find the probability it's married or female. Okay. Well, that's going to be the probability it's married. And we'll write it out so it doesn't think it's male or something like that. And then plus the probability it's a female. Now, can we have married and female? Well, yeah, we can actually have married and female, so there's going to be 69 of those. So we have to subtract off the probability it's married and female. And so I'm just going to write it as that. Okay. Well, what do we have? Probability of married. Well, the probability it's married is going to be 137 out of that 264. Probability female, well, female is going to go across this way, so it's going to be 136 out of 264. And the probability of married and female, well, that's going to give us this number, the 69. So we'll subtract off 69 out of 264. So if we do this calculation, let's go to our calculator here. And this one, it says round to the nearest hundredth, but we'll do it both ways to kind of show you how to do this. So we're going to take 137 divided by 264 plus, then we had 136 divided by 264, and we're subtracting off 69 divided by 264. I'm going to make this a fraction, and this is what fraction means. And so that tells me 17 out of 22 is going to be my number. Now, it says we also want it as 100. So 17 divided by 22 is equal to what? Well, that's 0.77. All right, so now we have both values. So we can say, well, that's equal to 17 out of 22. But they also said to the nearest hundredth, so that's going to be 0.77. So that's the actual number they want in this case. Now, that would be part A. Now, part B, they want the probability of divorced or widowed. All right, so divorced is in this column, widowed is in this column. Now, can they be anything? Are they together? If you're divorced, can you also be widowed, or can you be widowed and also be divorced? No, because they're not anything combined. See, the female was this way, so we looked at it, in this row, and then the married was in this column. And so if we looked, they did cross at that 69, but these, they never cross. And so that means these are mutually exclusive. So when they're mutually exclusive, remember, we can just add up their probabilities and we're done. So that means it's going to probability of divorced plus the probability of widowed, which is going to give us what? Well, probability of divorce is going to be 26 out of 264, plus the probability of widowed is going to be 14 out of 264. And that's going to give us what? Well, let's go back to our calculator. And we'll say, okay, well, we're going to have 26 divided by 264 plus 14 divided by 264. And that gives us 0.15. So that's the value they want for the decimal. Well, can we convert that to a fraction? Yeah, it's going to be 5 out of 33. Okay. And so we get 5 out of 33, or the 0.15 rounded to the nearest hundredth. All right, so let's stop there and we'll come back for more.